our monthly update for finance. Nick Ball joins us from Inovayt Finance. Thanks for coming in.
No problems, Casey. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure as always. And especially when you wear our branding.
Exactly. I love the new mask.
What's been happening? How's things?
Busy. Yeah, I think since our last catch up, things have only improved.
Yes.
Lender turnaround times, amazing.
Good.
So much better than they were 3 months ago, 12 months ago. Interest rates continually coming down, particularly on the investor front.
Yeah.
I got some amazing updates yesterday where there's, investor fixed rates now in the low twos across a number of lenders.
Might have to chat to you about mine for
I
that.
know, there is some serious aggression out there in the market to try and attract investors.
Is that because there's not as many investors in the market at the moment, or are they trying to win the investor business?
I think it's the winning the. I think we're noticing that investors are back.
Yeah.
In terms of their back purchasing again.
Yeah.
Particularly if you look at the Sydney and Melbourne markets, a lot of the commentary is that investors are hungry and they're back. So I think banks are now, trying to be on the front foot and win that business. I saw this morning there was an announcement of an investment purchase cashback. So, over the past couple of years, we've seen a lot of banks giving out refinance cashbacks to people to move banks, but there was a cashback for purchasing. So they were going to give people $2,000 just to use their bank to purchase an investment property. So, yeah, it's really, really aggressive out there, which is interesting to see and good to see for people that want to do it.
Definitely a win for us property managers, that's for sure.
Exactly.
Couple of questions. I've been talking with investors and we always kind of generate and come back to this type of question. Should you, when purchasing investment property, use interest only as a starting point when financing a property?
Look, again, I guess it comes down to personal preference, and look, by no means is this financial advice, but
there's the disclaimer.
Yeah, exactly. But it does come down to cash flow from my perspective. So it depends on, what the property is going to return, what the costs of holding that property are, and what your long-term plans are.
Yeah.
Like there could be situations where, the rental yield is really low because you've bought a blue chip property where you're chasing capital gains. So interest only makes sense.
And it works.
And it works because, say interest only rates of 2.9 or something like that, and your rental yield's 3.1%, then it's going to be an easy property to hold for that, that period of time. And you're just worrying about the capital gains and building your wealth. If you're looking to make inroads and build equity, then principal and interest makes sense because not only are you getting the capital growth hopefully, but you're paying down the principal portion of the loan at the same time.
So really it comes back to what is your investment strategy, understanding your investment strategy, and then if you're looking for gain in capital growth, then you can look at interest only. If you're looking for something that's going to gain equity quickly, then you look at principal and interest.
Absolutely. And I think, you've just got to think about it. I think there was a period of time where investment loans interest only. That's all everyone did.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I guess I just think about it a little bit differently in terms of what's your overarching strategy. Does it need to be interest only? Because obviously the one thing with interest only is that if you go for 5 years interest only, then from a bank's perspective, they want to see you to be able to pay that loan off over 25 years once that interest only period's finished. So it can affect your borrowing capacity. But, it's part of that conversation, and what we've talked about a lot is that you've got to have a strategy. What are you doing it for?
That's
Why?
it. And that's when we're talking to investors, we're trying to understand what is your strategy, what's your long-term goal for this property, to know and educate them along their investment journey. Well, thanks for coming in today. If anyone has any questions in relation to their mortgage, if you haven't done a health check on your mortgage, if you are looking at purchasing another property or purchasing investment property or even owner occupier, Nick's your guy to speak to in relation to your finance. He will be tagged in this video. Don't hesitate to give him a call. If I can help in any way, please reach out as well. We'll talk to you next month. Bye.